Hello, and welcome to a tutorial on how to use the SPEKTR GUI. Let's begin generating a spectrum by hitting the Generate Spectrum button. This causes a plot of a spectrum generated using the default values within the X-ray tube settings panel to appear in the left-hand axis. Let's change these values to generate a new spectrum. Let's set KVP to 100 and KV ripple to 3%. These next two fields define the millimeter thickness of copper and aluminum filtration within the spectrum. Changes in these fields will change the amount of added filtration. Let's set the amount of copper filtration to 0.2 millimeters and the amount of aluminum filtration to 4.0 millimeters. The inherent filtration of the system can be changed by selecting a different tube with which to generate the spectrum. Each tube is assigned a filter list within the file tubesettings.m, and users can edit this file to create tubes with custom filters. Each filter is defined using an n×2 vector where the atomic number of the filter element is in the first column and its corresponding thickness is in the second. By changing the tube used to generate the spectrum to one with a unique filter list, the amount of inherent filtration within the spectrum will change, and this change will be reflected within the inherent filtration list boxes as shown. Let's hit Generate Spectrum to see the changes we have made to our new spectrum. This spectrum was generated using the TASMIC spectral model. To generate a spectrum using the TASMIP model, we can select TASMIP and hit Generate Spectrum. To change the color of the last spectrum we created, we can select the value from the Plot Color drop-down menu and hit Plot. The Reset All button clears SPEKTR's memory and returns all fields to their default value, as shown. To add filtration into the spectrum, go to the Added Filtration panel and select an element and a compound of interest and specify its thickness, and add it to our filter list. To apply this filter list to our spectrum, we can hit the Apply Filtration button. However, if Apply Filtration is hit without a spectrum stored in SPEKTR's memory, an error message will appear saying that you need to generate a spectrum first. So we generate a spectrum and then hit Apply Filtration. To calculate the equivalent thickness of aluminum to achieve the same amount of filtration as the filters within the filter list, we hit the Equiv MMAL button. SPEKTR also has the ability to generate a custom compound, which can be done by hitting the Generate Compound button. Once a compound has been generated, it can be added to our filter list via the Add button. To save SPEKTR's current state as a text file, we can hit the Save button, and we can load it back into SPEKTR by hitting the Load button. Within the Spectrum Characteristics panel, we can calculate the exposure, air kerma, fluence per exposure, fluence per air kerma, and mean energy for the last spectrum that was plotted. We can also calculate the first, second, and third half value layers and the 10th value layer for a variety of different elements, as shown. To calculate a normalized spectrum, we can hit the Normalize Spectrum button, and to plot it, we clear the current plot and then hit the Plot button. We know that this spectrum has been normalized because of the rescaling of the y-axis. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that it has been helpful and informative to you.